Environmental justice really reflects the fundamental reality that vulnerable communities are all too often subject to the disproportionate burden of pollution and contamination. At the end of the day, when we're talking about environmental impacts, at the heart of it are real people's lives.
Environmental justice is the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people, regardless of race, color, national origin, or income, with respect to the development, implementation, and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies.
Environmental justice is based on the principle that all people have the right to be protected from the environment pollution and to live in and enjoy a clean and healthful environment.
Three main issues associated with environmental justice in Boston are asthma and air pollution, the location of landfills and hazardous waste, and access to locally grown and organic food.
Sulfur dioxide is a common air pollutant that results from coal and oil burning power plants. Ozone is one of the most common air pollutants that can trigger asthma attacks. Lastly, dust in the air can be made up of solids such as street sand from construction work or liquids from vehicle exhaust.
This map was created by the EPA to show the representation of ozone levels on the East Coast. So focusing on Boston, it currently resides in the orange zone, which is moderately severe, but is right next to the red zone, which is extreme. In the extreme levels, people can develop asthma or other sicknesses related to air pollution. So this shows the necessity of Boston to start decreasing their air pollution to thereby decrease the level of asthma. Also, the AAFA ranked Boston 11th out of 100 cities for the most challenging places to live with asthma because of its high air pollution.
Research has shown a strong association between pollutants emitted by landfills and death caused by lung cancer and other respiratory diseases.
One of the biggest downfalls of environmental justice in Massachusetts is the rising inequality of food access. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, nearly 30 million people in the U.S. live in low-income communities without access to a full-service supermarket.
Low-income zip codes have been found to have 25% fewer full-service supermarkets than middle-income zip codes. This uneven distribution of supermarkets has the greatest impact on low-income communities of color. This map shows the individual food insecurity rates in Massachusetts. The Boston area is the darkest color of 12.7% to 6.7%. This shows the severity of food access in Boston compared to the rest of the state.
The Breathe Easy at-Home program is a web-based referral system that lets doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals refer Boston residents with asthma for a home inspection conducted by the Boston Infectious Service Department. This is important because it provides you and your child with one-on-one asthma education with review and medication, and looks for asthma triggers with you in your home.
Another organization that we found is called Planet Southie, which are volunteers that work locally in environmental initiatives such as bike and pedestrian advocacy, litter cleanups, public transportation, community gardening, farming markets, recycling, energy efficient, and more.
Our third organization is the New England Environmental Justice Research Network. It connects health and environmental groups in the New England area and provides them with the necessary resources to perform research in areas such as environmental health, climate change and justice, land use policy, gentrification, energy policy, air and water quality, environmental amenities, food justice, and illegal dumping. Although we went into detail on only 3 environmental justice organizations, there are many others in Boston and Massachusetts that are working to improve the environment. Some of the other organizations with significant contributions are the nonprofit Alternatives for Community and Environment, nonprofit Coming Clean organization, Northeastern's Environmental Justice Research Collaborative, the City of Boston's 2019 Climate Action Plan, the Codman Square Eco Innovation Initiative, Boston Climate Action Network, and the Environmental Justice of Massachusetts State Organization. In conclusion, studying the effects of environmental justice on the community and health of the residents is important if we want to maintain a healthy environment for future generations. These organizations are putting in steps to make a difference, but there is still a lot more work that needs to be done for the future.